What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new review for Married to Medicine, you guys. This is season number 11. I think this is episode 12, you guys. This episode was titled The Calm After the Storm. Now, before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out the way, without further ado, let us discuss Married to Medicine, you guys. So before we get into it, you guys, we finna get into some shit that happened over after last week's episode. So the first thing we finna talk about is, well, hell, both of them have to deal with the same person. Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly. So before last night's episode, the first thing we'll talk about is this tweet that she tweeted earlier in the week. And she tweeted this one on the 19th, which was Wednesday. So I'm gonna show it to you guys. So this phone screen is dirty. We need to clean it. So this is from DJ Richie Sky's YouTube video he did last week. And as you guys can see, Letitia got in the comments, right? So Letitia got in the comments and said, Shireen said a lot of inappropriate things about Phaedra and her kids, and Apollo said some things, but Phaedra held her composure as best she could, because I would have lost it. So then Dr. Heavenly's response was, why y'all send me this? With friends like T, who needs enemies? I wouldn't say what was said by Shireen, but she did. Can we say low? So the interesting thing is, which y'all know I don't see it for Phaedra, right? But if Shireen said something about that woman's kids, then I'm assuming that could be why Letitia's asking who invited her, why was she invited when she's saying things about this woman's kids. So I'm not upset with T. Then the next thing we're gonna talk about, you guys, Dr. Heavenly really put her foot in it on her live on Saturday. So this is a 20-second clip of Heavenly. I'm gonna put it on mute real quick so that I can start it from the beginning, and I want you guys to hear exactly what Heavenly has to say, and then I'm gonna give you guys my 2 cents about what I hear.
So when you have a conversation with somebody and somebody gets upset and it goes to the left, most men, real men, not gay men, not bitch men, you know what I'm saying, the guys that are kind of soft, but real men are gonna feel like, you know what I mean, straight men are gonna feel like, if you tell my wife to shut the fuck up, I'm gonna have a problem with it. I mean, that's just it is.
Now let's dissect that real quick. So Dr. Heavenly's saying real men, not gay men, not bitch men. What? Let's nip that in the bud real quick, Dr. Heavenly. That is so ignorant to say real men, not bitch men, not straight, not gay men. Well, here's the thing. The people that watch, most of the men that watch this show, most of the men that support you are gay men, and they will defend a woman to the end of time, right? I don't know. Here's the thing, another thing, right? I don't know where this whole real men versus gay men versus straight men come into play. I don't know any man, unless he is weak and a bitch, that's gonna sit there and listen to a man cuss a woman out, go off on a woman, hit a woman, do anything to a woman. I don't know any man, gay, straight, bi, trans, whatever. I don't know no man that's gonna sit there and listen to that and be okay with that. So for you to sit there and say gay men and bitch men, like, what are you talking about? And again, the biggest fan base of this show is gay men. And then you've had quite a few you work with quite a few. You work with Carlos, who's a gay man. You have had Alex on your channel. You worked with Alexander Rogers. You have worked with Rodney. You have worked with Funky Dineva. All of those are gay men. Your boss, Andy Cohen, a gay man. So for you to sit there and get on your platform and say some ignorant, dumb shit like that is just, it's mind blowing to me. And then, I saw a lot of people say it, and I even said it on one of my comments. Ma'am, I don't. Here's the thing. Let me say this, and let me say this loud and clearly before I say it, because I'm not somebody who believes in outing people, right? But just from what I see on the show with your kids, you may have some gay sons. Just saying. And how would you feel? And when I say that, I'm saying this to make a particular point. If Zachary or Damon Jr. are gay, how would you feel if somebody said some shit about your sons being gay? Like, would you feel a way about that? I know she came back and apologized about it, but the thing with Dr. Heavenly is, I've said this plenty of times with Heavenly. Heavenly says shit, then she comes back and apologizes, and then she does something else to put her foot in her fucking mouth. I like Dr. Heavenly, I do. But y'all know when it comes to me, I ain't got no problem calling Dr. Heavenly out. That was ignorant. You should have kept that shit to yourself. Like, the fuck? But whatever. Tell me what you guys think. And we'll go ahead and get into this episode. But Heavenly put her foot in her mouth, per usual. So, the episode, we pick up where we last left off, with King charging at Dr. G, right? And Dr. G back and back, back and back, back and back, right? So Quad's running, baby, no, baby, please, baby, no. I was like, and she sat there drinking her hand, right? So here's the thing, you guys. I'm gonna stand on what I said last week, and I'm gonna stand on it, and I'm gonna say something else. It's not gonna contradict himself. I still do believe King was trying to son Dr. G, right? Because if you guys listen to the flashback clip, now they could have edited this out, right? But Dr. G didn't tell Quad to shut the fuck up. He said she talks too fucking much. Should he have said that? Absolutely no. Should have kept his mouth closed. Shut it up. Just keep it on mute, right? So you see Letitia running up on King. I was like, girl, if you don't back your ass up, that is, at the end of the day, I don't give a damn how much combat training you got. That is still a man who has more strength than you. Back up, Letitia, right? So here's the thing. What I was going to say is I still think that King was trying to son Dr. G. Do I have a problem with it? I don't. The problem is you charging this man. He literally said it the night before that Quash talks too fucking much. In the clip, we see you turn around and you're looking at him. I don't have a problem with you checking him, but the way that you came at him, it's like you could have said that to him when he hopped up out that damn lawn chair and came to you in your face, but you didn't. You waited. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I don't agree with the fact that he says, here's the thing. I'm going to say this and you guys can take it however you want. I agree and disagree at the same time. I agree with him saying, don't have a conversation. You don't have to talk to Quad, right? He could have said, I'll tell Quad not to talk to you. If she does say anything to you, come talk to me. Me and you can have a man-to-man conversation, right? And we could have left it at that. I know a lot of people say Dr. G, they felt like Dr. G was bugging up at King. I don't know. It is what it is, y'all. So King is telling Quad that Dr. G admitted he told her to shut the fuck up. Once again, production ran the clip. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. And in the clip, he basically just said to her, you talk too fucking much. So then we see as Cecil and Steve are talking to Dr. G and talking about how much he has to lose. And I was like, I agree with that. This whole thing, everything was just blown. Honestly, if we're being honest, everything was blown out of proportion with everybody. It was blown out of proportion. I think King should have just, when it's one thing to say, yeah, you owe her an apology. I'm okay with that, right? It's another thing to say, I don't think you should speak to her. And I'll actually talk to her and tell her, hey, for the sake of peace, don't address him. Don't address him. Don't address his wife. Like, let them two be, right? And again, you guys can agree or disagree. It is what it is. I don't really care. I said what I said. Um. So then King says he ain't gonna say he don't need to say nothing to you, but you can say whatever you want. No, that's not how things work. There is there's consequences for things that we do, right? Like I don't understand how you can, and I'll talk about it in a few minutes, but no, if you don't want her to talk to, if you don't want him to talk to her, tell her, please, don't talk to that nigga. Because if you talk to that nigga, he says something to you, then I'm gonna have to check him. I get that part, right? I get that. But again, these are my opinions. If you guys disagree, go to your phone, go to your camera, flip that motherfucker around, get on the camera, and talk to the people. If you guys disagree with what I have to say. And that's all I got to say. We can respectfully disagree, and that's fine. Now, we move on. Child, I'm sorry, guys. Normally, I don't laugh when I see people speaking in tongues because I get it. Even though I'm not that person who will speak in tongues, I ain't never done it, don't ever profess, don't know how to, I know how to do it. But I don't speak in tongues, ain't never done it, never will do it. Because it's just not it's just not me, right? Even when because I've caught the Holy Ghost before, right? I caught the Holy Ghost at church, felt the Spirit, and you get the excitement of the Holy Ghost, right? But I ain't never spoken tongues. But again, and there was a church mother in my church. She would do it all the time. Not all the time, but whenever she would get that Holy Ghost, baby, that lady would get to speaking in tongues. The first time I heard it, I was like, "What is that?" And I asked my grandma. I said, "Baby, mama, what was that?" She was speaking in tongues. I was like, "Huh?" And so I got it right. She used to play her tambourine. Oh God, I wonder if old Sister Whitehead is still alive, because I do not know. I ain't been in my church in so long, but old Sister Whitehead, she used to speak in tongues. She used to play her tambourine. Oh God. Again, like I said, I wasn't laughing at her. It was her thing that she would do. She would play her tambourine. Baby, she would be hitting that tambourine too. She hit that tambourine. Then when the Holy Ghost hit her, baby, that tambourine is on the ground. And she's in the aisle and she's running up and down the aisle, right? And she would get to the door of the church, right? And she would tap it and she run back up the aisle and tap one of the pews. I was like, oh my! And so she would repeatedly do it for a while, and then she would finally sit down. I never understood why she would just lightly tap the doors and all that kind of stuff. But that was a long ass story just to say Phaedra speaking in tongues to Letitia, and I'm like, girl, what the? Let me not say that word. What is going on here? I was confused, and I was confused about Dr. Mimi. They want you in Gregory. I was like, girl, are you preaching to her? Then you got Contessa. You gonna be okay. You gonna be fine. I was like, okay. I'm okay with this. I'm really not okay with this, but you are safe. You are safe. Oh damn! I just knocked that off. My bad. I was like, what in the heezy is going on here? So we see them as they leave. They get on two boats, right? So King says that he doesn't have an issue with Dr. G. He just don't need to be around. I agree. Can I say something real quick? And this is definitely going to be an unpopular. Nope, we're going to talk about it when we get to the end of the episode because it's going to be an unpopular opinion, I feel. So Contessa asked Heavenly if she's okay, and she said yes. So then Contessa asked Dr. Heavenly, like, what's the issue with her and Letitia? And she said that little girl is too volatile. I said, pot, me kettle. Dr. Heavenly, you got your ass up out of that water. You done told that girl plenty of times you would beat her. You said you would beat her ass last season when Quad did that dumb shit with that casket. You told her I beat your ass like your mama should have. Like Heavenly gets on my nerves at times, right? But Contessa's like, she's a really sweet girl when she's not mad, right? So then they get back to the boat. We see Dr. G and them talking. Well, actually, we see Quad. Nope. We see Phaedra, Shek, and Letitia talking. I wasn't listening, so I don't know what they was talking about. I don't care. So the next morning, this is the part of the episode where it kind of like started to piss me off a little bit because I was like, what the fuck is going on here? So we see as Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Simone are in her room and they talking to Apollo and Shireen and they're apologizing to Apollo and Shireen. I was like, why are y'all apologizing to them? They shouldn't have been here in the first place. Now, I'm not going to sit here and be like upset with Dr. Heavenly for inviting them on the trip when this was Dr. Heavenly as well as production. Phaedra knew about it, so I'm not upset about that, right? But I am looking at Dr. Heavenly like, girl, what the hell are you apologizing to them for? Like, it makes no sense to me, right? And I'm also not mad that Phaedra brought Shek. Apollo, he tried to say that, they asked him, had he spoken to Phaedra? He said he texted her, he wanted to meet up with her, but she wasn't here for it. But we see as she's in the room with Dr. Jackie went to go see her, and Phaedra told Dr. Jackie she's leaving. And then she told her that, she's most disappointed with Dr. Jackie. And I was like, why are you most disappointed with Dr. Jackie? I guess because, okay, so I'm assuming in Phaedra's thinking, you're the matriarch of this whole group. You could have easily said something. Girl, you knew it. You knew that man was coming. Now, you probably didn't know that Shireen was coming, but I don't know what you expected from Dr. Jackie. But she also says she doesn't feel like she feels like nobody support her, and this isn't the group of girls that she would hang with. She hangs with. I was like, Phaedra, you a motherfucking liar, because last season at the reunion, you were just applauding these girls, talking about if you had been on this show with them instead of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you probably would still be married. But now that you're getting back over there, which at this time I don't think she knew she was going back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, but now you're back over there with the Atlanta girls and you shade the the Married to Medicine girls. These are some fine people. I'm sorry, you guys. Y'all, so it's currently 1:30 in the afternoon, and you guys know Beyond the Gates is premiering right now on CBS, and the cast, beautiful black men and women, beautiful, and there's some white people on there too. It ain't just black people, but the melanin, baby. These are some fine ass people. These are some fine ass peoples. Yes, Lord, they fine. Fine, fine, fine. I'm trying not to watch this show yet, you guys. Back to Married to Medicine. So we see as a group they split up, right? Toya is like me, wondering what was Shireen and Apollo even doing there. Baby, I know that's right. So, you guys, I'm sorry, Beyond the Gates. I know we're talking about Married to Medicine. This couple just had sex, right? In the first 10 minutes of the show, they were having sex when we met them. They got ready. They just took their clothes off to have sex again. I know that's motherfucking right. I know that's motherfucking right. So back to the Married to Medicine. So Dr. Contessa told them that Letitia went home. I don't care, right? Dr. Simone. The ladies are like, this is irritating me and pissing me off because I don't want to get too deep in it, but Dr. Simone is talking about they didn't realize the tension between Dr. G and Quad. I said, I know you, Dr. Simone, you are fucking lying to me. I don't remember which reunion it was, but it was the last reunion that we had Gregory on the show when him and Quad had that one-on-one with Andy. It was tension in that. It was tension there with them, and y'all were backstage watching it. But y'all don't know that there was tension between Dr. G and Quad. Get the fuck out of here. Miss me with the bullshit. So they're talking about the arguments, and Dr. Simone said the most devastating of the arguments was King and Dr. G. Girl, Dr. Simone, shut up. So then we see the men, they're talking. So they went to go to a cigar. They're learning how to roll a cigar, right? Dr. Damon is doing his Damon talk. I wasn't really too mad with King because, if it was me and someone told Heavenly to shut the fuck up, I would, you could be the nicest person, but you're not gonna sit there and let someone just talk to your wife any kind of way. So I'm friends with Gregory, but I'm not really mad with King. Like I would have done the same thing. Okay, Dr. Damon, shut up. You too. Your wife spearheads things, but okay, whatever. So then Dr. Simone brings up the fact that Phaedra left and she's done with the group. And so he's like, she's done with y'all because not me. And they were like, no, girl, she's done with the group. She's like, not just y'all. They said no. They said she left on a private jet. So we found out that Toya texted Phaedra, but she was like, I don't know if she responded to the text or not, right? So you guys, this next scene, yikes. Dr. G and Letitia. Here's the thing. I'm a proponent that people can change, right? We're not, how we were at one period in our life, we can grow and evolve from that, right? Like how most of us were in our 20s. I don't think that we would be that way in our 30s. And how most of us, how you are in your 30s, I don't think you'll take that to your, as you get older and grow with wisdom and maturity, I think that we can all say that we change, right? And I would even extend that same grace to Dr. G, but in this scene, I absolutely cannot extend that same grace to Dr. G. What I will say though is Letitia, like I said earlier in the review, the fact that you really were sitting there trying to fight King, insane. Foolish even, right? Yes. Now Dr. G was minimizing you with your combat training. Yes, you are combat trained, right? And I'm not gonna take that away from you because the way that Dr. G was talking to you was as if you're weak, less than, and all that kind of stuff, right? But what I again will repeat to you, yes, you're combat trained, but at the end of the day, King is still a man who has more strength than you. So if you hit him and he hauls back and punches you in your face, then his hit is gonna have more impact than yours. Just saying, right? So I don't think you should have charged that King or nothing like that. And Dr. G feels like it was gonna be a fight to the, to the near finish, right? Letitia says she doesn't feel that way. And here's the thing, I will agree. I'll agree with her, and I actually will agree with Dr. G. Because Dr. G said, "Do you know that man?" She says, "No." But I think what Letitia's saying is the rest of the men were there. Production is there. I think what she's trying to say is she don't think anybody was gonna let that happen, right? But I mean, can you really guarantee that? Production can everybody can try to get involved, but let's just be real. There's only so much that people can do. Let's just say they calm the situation down, and because we saw this with, I mean, if you guys have watched like Bad Girls Club, right? You can see situations where they have producers, security, and other people around that stop stuff, but then people get away from them, or they wait until everybody's guard's down and pop, go in for the attack, right? So, I mean, I'll give Dr. G half of a point, but the way that you talk to that girl, absolutely not. Disrespectful as fuck. So then let's get to the end of the episode, you guys. So let's talk. I'm gonna talk about the end of the episode, and then I'm gonna sprinkle in my thoughts and my opinions about this. So they have the final dinner. Dr. Mimi brought the bowl that she got from the auction, right? And so they put some lemons in it. So they're gonna whoever's holding the glass with the lemons, they have the floor to speak, right? So Simone asked the group, what was the question? Let me get this question. How do they feel? They're asking about the presence of exes in the group. This is a crock and a bunch of bullshit if I ain't never saw bullshit in my life, right? I agree with what Dr. Mimi said. They ain't healed. That goes for that goes for Quad, Dr. G, Phaedra, and Apollo, right? All around the board, they ain't healed. King even agrees to that. But King, my question to you is, because you and Quad have talked about Dr. G, if she's still talking about him, and y'all are together, don't you? I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be with somebody that's talking about their ex. I don't give a damn if it's one time, two times, three times. One time is one too many to talk about your ex with me. Then y'all are in a like this is just no, and y'all no. Dr. Jackie talking about don't bring an ex around her. Well, let's go find that lady that Curtis, aka Lurch, was in the airport with. Let's go find that heifer. Let's go find that heifer and bring her on the show and see how uncomfortable you fucking feel, right? Dr. Simone, let's bring Cecil's friend on. Let's bring that lady on and see how you feel. Dr. Heavenly, let's go find anybody that Damon has ever fucked in his past, bring that bitch on the show. How would you feel about that, right? Toya, let's go find somebody that Eugene has ever been with, bring her on the show. How about we do all? How about we do that to each and every one of y'all? And then Dr. Heavenly is over here with again some more bullshit. Heavenly is over here talking about she was wrong. It was wrong what they did to Quad. Y'all didn't think it was wrong last season when y'all did it. I'm gonna put a quick little pin in it, and we're gonna come back to it in just a minute, right? Toya says that they can talk about what Dr. G did and Letitia did, but Toya said that they are wrong and they do some fucked up shit to each other. I was like, absolutely, y'all do fucked up shit to each other, right? Back to Heavenly, talking about bringing this girl and Dr. G and Letitia to this show. So, like I've said plenty of times with Dr. G and Letitia, right? Production was involved with this, and the ladies were involved with this. Dr. Simone, Dr. Jackie, Dr. Heavenly, and Toya. Those four women were the ones that came from season 9 to season 10 with Quad. Even if y'all pitched them to the so producers wanted them back obviously for some kind of a reason, and the ladies even had to agree to film with them, right? Because if you guys do group scenes and don't film with them, what's the purpose of them being on the show? There is no purpose for them to be on the show, right? They wouldn't have a reason to be on the show if they're not invited to group events. If the cast ain't filming with them, they have no claim to this show. So y'all all agreed to that. None of y'all took into consideration how Quad felt, right? Not one person took. Girl, now she put out some goddamn handcuffs. Baby, y'all about to have sex again? Girl, if y'all have sex, oh my God. Girl, are they about to have sex with? Girl, I know you lying. These people done had sex. Damn. Oh my God, this is interesting, but I'm here for it. What we talking about? What was I saying? What did I say? Oh, y'all didn't take into consideration Quad's feelings, and y'all know I'm not a Quad fan, but nobody took into consideration her feelings, and that's the ultimate thing. So y'all, so Dr. Heavenly apologizing is bullshit to me, but that's it, you guys. Let me know what you got. Oh, that's not it. 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 Because I knew I had another point that I wanted to talk about. So, you know, I know a lot of people don't like Letitia, right? And that's fine. I don't know why, because she hasn't done anything. But, here's the thing. I'm gonna say this, and I know there may be some comments in the comment section, and I can see those comments, and I'm going to answer the comments before you guys even leave them. So you guys, if you guys leave them, you're just gonna be repeating what I said. So, because I know I just talked about the ladies. They agreed to film with them. Production wanted them back, right? And I know people say, well, Dr. G and Letitia signed on to be on the show. Correct. So it's equal for it's all around the board, right? Nobody's right in this situation. I don't know why Dr. G and Letitia would agree to come back to this show, knowing his ex-wife is on this show. I don't know why, right? But it is what it is, right? But when it comes to Letitia, right? Only thing I will say about Letitia that I feel bad for is the fact that, yes, you agreed to come back to this show. You agreed to come on this show, and you were used as a pawn by these women, because these women wanted you to come on because they weren't really on good terms with Quad. I really feel like a lot of, especially Heavenly, right? Because Heavenly is the one that really kind of was behind this, right? But Again, I know people gonna be like, but she's not innocent. I'm not saying that Letitia's innocent, but she got played by these women. Because at the end, when it all boils down, I really feel like these women gonna pick. They didn't know how I feel. They're gonna pick Quad over Letitia, right? Because we all know that currently she's into it with Toya, Dr. Simone. Jackie don't really care for her. Heavily don't care for her. So this might be their last season, and honestly, I wouldn't be upset about that. I'm not gonna be upset if it's their last season, right? Again, I don't dislike Letitia. She ain't done nothing for me to hate her like the majority of the fans do. I don't have a problem with the girl. She does get on my nerves. She is kind of annoying and irritating, but other than that, she ain't done much to me for me to be like, oh girl, I don't want you on the show. You got to go. But she was used up by these women. She was used, and like I was thinking earlier today. You guys know she said that she was saying some. The reason why her and Toya are into it is because she says that Toya wanted her to come on and have an issue with Quad. I believe that, and let me explain to you guys why. Remember, like Toya said, they say and do some fucked up shit to each other. Quad has done some fucked up shit to Toya, right? Y'all remember season 9 when Anila's house got broken into. Quad and Anila were over there trying to say that Toya was behind the damn robbery. Like I don't like Toya, but that was low even for them to say that about that girl, right? And again, like I said, yes, Letitia got used by the women, but is Letitia an innocent victim? No, she's not. She was a willing participant in this. She was a willing participant, and just like Dr. G was a willing participant in this, right? So I don't feel bad for one over the other, right? I really truly don't. But it is what it is. You guys can tell me what you think, what you feel in the comment section below. And that is it, you guys. And I will catch you guys later on this afternoon for the Real Housewives of Potomac.